4 more players from Team Pro, and then the map will be underway. Meet, can you send links to Cookie and Paul?
I don't know the link.
Alright, hold on.
Alright, so
Waiting on one more player.
score celebs, Warner, Penguin,
waiting on
Pro,
SD.
Kagome, Sim, Hawkeye, SD. And then they're playing on Bank Cafe. Or it goes Skyscraper.
Alright, well, all 5 players are in from both teams, and we are going to start now with Skyscraper. Skyscraper is the first map here. Today, I am your caster, ThaBlasian. I'm here with Meat1, known as Meat. Today, he will be my co-host slash caster. In this championship, Team Pro versus Full Arsenal. This is the Season 4 championship. And Team Pro is going to start on defense. I think Hawkeye is kind of taunting me with this Tachanka pick. I know he wants it. I know he knows I want this. I know he knows I want this. He wouldn't dare. Yeah, there it is. Taunting me. Pretty
Share play.
Pretty even picks so far. Thank you for reminding me though. Even picks we've seen like throughout all the maps between these two teams. We see Warrender on Ashe again, and we see Hawkeye on Jaeger. Those are the 2 Slayers from both teams. And again, we see Scarum Sax on Jackal. That's what we see most of the time. It's a good pick for him. It works pretty consistently too.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have located a bomb.
Now, one new thing we see coming from Team Pro is they're going barbecue first. Barbecue kitchen. It's not what we see from Team Pro before. We usually see the tea room karaoke hold, which most teams do. But I think they're gonna hold upstairs. It's probably what most teams will do. He's gonna reinforce the geisha wall. It looks like they're going to. Can't tell for sure.
5 seconds left. Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Now we see Pro behind the tables in, I think that's like that lounge area, the open area type thing. But he's going to be playing behind there, and this is going to be start to cut off the attack. But it looks like he's going to rotate back to A site. SD and Sim are holding the kitchen hallway area, and Hawkeye is left alive in Geisha room. He has 2 players outside. And the push looks like it's going to begin from below on this on these main walls.
Very strong southwest side push from the offense
you don't
here.
From the offense, you don't see anything on this east side, which is pretty common, where you just see the main push coming from this area, and they can't just quite. The offense, they can't get into Geisha just yet. They don't want to waste these Thatchers. Thatcher's not in the position to get the door open. But Mr. Pro's going to pick up the first kill onto Scar from the stairs, and I think Za's going to spot that and try to get the kill onto Pro. Pro's head's peeking up just now, but Za's going to back off of that, and so is Pro. The nade's going to come in, might be able to pick him up. Reload. He's going to take some damage, but not much. Pro's getting pushed pretty hard here. I think Hawkeye's going to be able to be there for him for support. Pro's picking up that first kill onto Za, and now Celebal is now pushing in. Kagome spotting him, not being able to pick up the kill. Celeb is going down, and now it is a 5 versus 2 situation, as Pro does have bomb down as well. So this is what we talk about when you see Team Pro. This is not a team you want to mess with when you're talking about like offensive rushes. They're one of those teams that can really hold their angles here. Kagome picking up Penguin Pella, and now left alive is Warrender in a 1 versus 5 in the first round. Pro, I think Pro knows he's in karaoke. It looks like he's holding that angle onto the window. You know, he's just looking outside. The pre-fire's going to come in, not going to pick up anything just yet. Ash is going to have to get out of there. Does not want that confrontation. 30 seconds left. Not looking good at all for full Arsenal. I think Kagome's going to hear that, and the pre-fire might come in. Gonna tag him up and not get the kill. As Kagome finishes off Warrender. That's a flawless round for the defenders. That's Team Pro. That's what we've seen before from Team Pro. This really strong defense and an even more devastating offense.
Kagome there played a very vital part on the defense there. He picked up what 3 kills there?
Kagome had 3 kills. That's usually what you see Hawkeye doing, but Kagome was the player upstairs along with Mr. Pro. He was really able to stop that push.
He did a very good job of holding down Geisha as well, ThaBlasian.
Yeah, especially, I think having Bandit play Geisha is probably the better role for anyone playing Geisha, just because you have the Bandits on that back wall, and if they Thatcher it or get rid of the Bandit, you can replace the Bandit and keep Geisha alive for your team longer.
I agree with you on that one, but.
Okay, so it looks like Za is going to start with the reinforcement. They don't have a Bandit, they do have a Mute instead. No Rook either, they're going to elect to bring a Castle, Smoke, and Valkyrie as well. We do see Scar pretty often on Smoke, that's what we expect from this team now. Same thing with Warrender on Valkyrie, and it looks like Scar's going to shoot Penguin. I don't think he took much damage there at all, though.
5 seconds to go.
Looked like blood came out. Maybe it was just a hit right.
Attackers
And Warrender's actually wasting that cam, going out past the line, and he's not going to get that camera off. Sim, being this bomb holder and thermite player, this is what we've seen from him all season and all throughout this tournament. But I don't think they have any mutes on that Geisha wall, so that'll be pretty easy for Team Pro to get into Geisha. Celeb is sitting inside of Geisha but not placing any mutes, but Za's going to pick up the first kill onto Hawkeye. And SD is also there trying to find Za. Now, this is something we didn't see from Team Pro. They have a more spread roam. They did have 2 players on the east side, but Scar has rotated back toward Drum. Za is now holding the angle onto SD. Very tight angle by SD. I don't think SD knows he downed him. Gonna probably figure that one out. Finding him on the ground. Gonna pick up that kill. Now it is a 4-4 game. 4 versus 4. SD, I think, might spot Scar here, or Scar spotting him. Either way, it's not gonna look good for SD. He's got the shotgun in hand. Not the type of battle that SD wants right here. Gonna start the drone again. I don't think he spotted him. Now he has. He knows he doesn't want this confrontation. Scar started the push inside, but he's going to pick up the kill onto SD. Now it is a 3 versus 4 situation for Team Pro. Now, like I said, Sim Division being able to open this, I think he got reset by something. I don't know if he had taken shots before.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Warrender finding Kagome outside, and he's going to be able to pick up that kill. 2 versus 5 situation. Sim holding the angle, trying to peek Celeb on this bomb. Gonna spot him, not pick up the kill just yet. Celeb trying to play safe, getting a little bit aggressive, but figuring out he cannot peek against Sim. Both players are rotating, but Pro is now going to fake them actually and go back into Geisha, it looks like. Trying to spot the player into B site, but not going to find him just yet. The C4 coming out by Warrender, not going to pick up anything, but the push is going to start to come in. Going to tag him up a little bit, not enough. And it looks like this is going to be, looks like a very successful hold from Arsenal, as Pro's getting shot from 4 different angles.
15 seconds
As the smoke comes in, they now have to rotate the push, or there's no chance of winning at all.
10 seconds remaining.
Sim still holding the angle. It does not look like a good situation for Team Pro.
5 seconds remaining. Operators, you have run out of time.
Now it is a 1-to-1 game right now for Team Pro versus Full Arsenal, and it looks defensive sided. Like, I know it's just the first round or first 2 rounds, but so far it's just been defensive wins, and I think that's where both teams' strong suits are.
I believe Scar that round played a very key part in smoking off that entrance into the 2 bomb sites from Geisha. That was very key in that defense there.
Yeah, it really stopped the push. I mean, Scar and I think it was Warrender? Scar, Warrender, and Za all had kills toward the beginning of the round, and that's what really stopped the push. They had 2 offensive players left, and Team Pro really just had to try to work with it.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Pro decides to do the mural on that outside T room.
So this is from playing with Team Pro and Full Arsenal before. I know these teams pretty well, and this strat from Mr. Pro, you see you have the Mira in A-bomb watching the drum and the stairs. So now this pretty much stops the offense, or the offense from pushing either the stairs or the drum room. And they have to rotate the push. And if that's late game, you can't rotate the push, and you're probably just going to be stopped by whoever's behind the Mira.
Looks like they're going to have Kagami playing in Geisha again. What do you think about that?
Yes, this is what I like to see from Team Pro. They have the 1 player in Geisha. It works so well. He also has that Mira behind the Geisha wall. So now he can peek out and have a more effective peek. But he also is bandit, so he can place those bandits a lot more easily. So not a strong roam, a very good OBJ hold. This farthest thing from roaming right now is Hawkeye watching the drum stairs.
One thing I'm seeing that's very different from last round is that the Full Arsenal is not pushing from that southwest corner like they did last time. Instead, they're deciding to push from the other side and try and get control of the middle buildings and then work their way into drum.
You're right, but the thing that's what's wrong with this push. You can't have all 5 players in one area, first of all. Though it's not happening right now, a flank could easily destroy at least 1 or 2 players. But now, SD has this entire... SD owns this area right now. He's got Scar where he wants him, and anyone pushing back there is going to get destroyed. Now it looks like Full Arsenal has rotated this push front now out and behind them, and more players it looks like going toward Geisha. But Celeb is going to pick up the first kill onto SD, or Sim. Sorry, Sim, on those stairs, and Pro's going to hit the player outside. That is Warrender. Gonna find him, but just break his shield. Not going to take any damage from that. And we do have Kagami getting pushed by Scar and Penguin. Now the first the first bandit was destroyed, and Thermite's going to be able to open that wall now. I don't think he heard the Thermite get placed, but it looks like Hawkeye's running out and going to pick up Penguin. Now Scar, Warrender, and Za are all up by the 3 versus 3. SC's going to start to smoke that out, and Warrender now has to push this hallway.
Looks like Kagami got shots on Warrender from through the wall of Karaoke.
I think Kagami knows he downed this player, and SD actually just misses the player outside. Now Za is outside trying to peek this angle for his teammate. He wants to get him revived. Only 10 seconds left for either team, and it does not look good for the attackers. Double down there. Now it is pretty much a 1 versus 2 situation. Does not look good for the offense. Scar trying to make a last-second push, getting the first kill, but needing that second one, and that is going to be another defender win for Team Pro.
Hawkeye there at the end of the round, going downstairs, playing life rather than challenging, was a very good part of that defense towards the end of the round.
It looked like Full Arsenal finally figured out how to attack Team Pro, but they reacted, like, not reacted, but they figured it out so late that they couldn't do much with it, with the information they had.
They didn't have a time to adapt to the type of defense that Team Pro was running.
You're right. Like, they have a good offense and they can adapt, but they didn't adapt quick enough right there. And now we're gonna see the defensive hold that we saw from Team Pro in the beginning. It looks like there might be a player upstairs. We do see that one geisha wall reinforced, and I think the player is going to be Za. Now again, I don't completely agree with their choice bringing a mute instead of bandit.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
But
attackers' objective is to locate
I
a
think
bomb
you
and
need
defuse it.
at least one or the other. But it doesn't. It seems like there's not going to be a single player in geisha or above. No, Za's going to rotate back upstairs. He's going to be this player in geisha. Or just upstairs in general, I guess. Looks like the push is coming from the east side so far. Nothing really happening. So, what Team Pro is doing here, they want to pinch. They want to have a push coming from both sides. It's good that they have two players. They've got Hawkeye and SD together. So at least there's no way a person's going to pick up both kills. I mean, there's a possibility, but it's not likely. I think Pro's going to start this push inside onto Geisha, and Warrender's going to hear that. Warrender, it looks like he's just going to elect to play it. He's not going to take it out just yet. Hawkeye's joining him out. Pro's going to try to get the fire to the wall. Not going to pick it up. Warrender's throwing the C4 out. Will it kill Pro? No. It's not going to even tag him up, but Za's picking up the kill onto Hawkeye, and Pro's getting spotted by Warrender. Pro's going to get the kill onto Warrender. Now it is a 4 versus 4 situation.
Activating drone.
Smoke now rotating up. I think Za is inside as well. And he's going to get shut down by Mr. Pro. Now it is a 4 versus 3 situation. That is a lot easier for Team Pro. Smoke's already weak for weak, and it's going to be a lot easier as well to get that kill. I think Scar wants to contest this, but he's not doing it the right way. He's got a shotgun in hand. I don't think it'll be like where Pro is right now. It's not looking good for Scar. Trying to get the fire through the wall. Not finding anything, but the SMG-11's coming out in hand. Pro's not gonna, he's not going to find him, but Pro's going to find Scar. Kagome and Sim Division also picking up kills there. Absolutely shutting down their defense. That'll be the first attacking win of the game. 1-3 Team Pro versus Full Arsenal.
Mr. Pro actually played a very important role there in taking out all 3 of those operators, single-handedly taking over Geisha.
Absolutely. Mr. Pro did a magnificent job being able to pick up all those kills and get the hatch open, and that just like that alone made the defense fluster, so they didn't know what to do. They couldn't react to it. They tried to send more people to stop Team Mr. Pro, but Mr. Pro was able to shut each one down one by one.
Something that I had noticed in the beginning of the round was Hawkeye was droning from Mr. Pro, so you know that there's a level of communication there that's going to be, you know, very good.
Attackers have located a
And
bomb.
shortly after Hawkeye's drone getting shot out, you see the person who was sitting inside of Geisha, I believe that was Valkyrie, gets taken out immediately. And I believe that level of communication is giving Pro very good stance in this fight.
Communication is one of those things in any competitive esport game. You need communication.
10 seconds remaining.
Like that's one in a team-based
totally agree.
shooter like Rainbow Six.
5 seconds left.
You're gonna
before
need that
insertion.
communication to where you're getting enough information so you don't just
Attackers
push blindly.
recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse the bomb.
looks like the same, like almost the exact same hold, except for this time instead of smoke from SD, we are seeing Echo. Which again, I'm not gonna knock on Echo at all. I love Echo in general, but seeing SD play Echo, he's one of the better players we've seen, and he's very destructive. Kagome, with 4 players outside this balcony, it looks like Full Arsenal really wants Geisha. Celeb is going to spot Kagome, but he now has to rotate out. There are 2.
One thing that I'm not seeing on offense here is nobody that is able to take care of those bandit charges. I mean, you have a sledge you can go underneath and grenade, but other than that, you don't necessarily have a whole lot going there.
You're right, but at the same time, it looks like, who is that? Warrender is going to pick up Kagome, and that's going to start this push for them. I mean, they do have all 5 players above, which isn't very, isn't the best choice, I would say, but it's going to do some damage to Team Pro. Now they're getting hatches, but that's all Kagome needed to do. He just wanted to waste their time. They now have a minute 30 left, and I think Warrender might be able to spot somebody here soon. I think SD might actually be AFK. Now he's back in the game. I think the Echo drone coming out. We see it. We see exactly where it is. And I think SD spotting the players inside. He wants to find this diffuser. Sim's going to be able to get that fire through the wall as Warrender's just pushing around the side. No one really being able to pick up the kill onto him just yet. Warrender's trying to get away, but not going to be able to pick up the kill by Mr. Pro's actually going to finish that off. SD picking up Warrender while he's on the ground. Hawkeye really being the slayer for the team that they need. Picking up 2 kills from above. Both players above were probably focused on the hatch. And that's what did the most damage to their team right there. Left alive, it looks like
that does play a very important part there.
Scar. Scar's on the PDW-9 with Jackal. He's going to pick up that first kill. 2 left alive, and Team Pro is going to get the call up that he has to drop the hatch. They know where their diffuser is, and all they have to do is watch the hatch. The drop coming in from Scar. Scar's going to take some damage. Not going to do enough, but in the end, 4-1 lead, Team Pro. This is looking very good for this first map.
Again, Hawkeye going around and getting that flank up top played a very key part in that round, being able to pick off bits and pieces of their team. Even though he does get picked off in the end by the Jackal, he is able to take out 2-3 people of the team.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3 people on the team.
What a roamer is supposed to do, what my definition of a roamer, is a player that picks up 1 or 2 kills away from the objective. But at the same time, when you're getting those kills, you don't want to die immediately. Your job as a roamer is to get that kill and then back off. You don't want to stay away from the objective for too long, then it kind of offsets the team.
As a roamer, I believe that your job is to not necessarily get the kills, but to waste as much time as possible. If you can waste 1.5 to 2 minutes per round, just making them have to spend time on you. For instance, Kavira. When you have a Kavira, nobody necessarily wants to challenge a Cav. And Hawkeye was playing that role there. He's not making it so that, you know, he's easy to take out, but at the same time, he's not being a passive roamer. He's not letting them roll on him.
And that, you're right, that's one of the things the roamer's supposed to do. A roamer should put fear into the attacking team's eyes. You want to poke out, show them that you're there, but stay alive. You not necessarily get the kill, but you want to make sure they know that you're there. They need to be aware that you're there. You're trying to waste as much time as possible. Warrender picking up SD from where? Oh, he must have jumped out and found him on the ledge. But now, that's Blackbeard. Already almost not even 30 seconds into the game when he got that kill. And it looks like Team Pro is going with something different, not having a thermite, but instead of Montane.
Deploying drone.
Montane is a very good operator using bomb, especially for sealing off doors, etc., making it so that they have to put their attention towards him, especially because the amount of pressure that he can put on a team.
Now, we haven't seen a lot of Montane in the meta recently. We've since Season 2, that's where it was really predominant in at least Pro League. But in this tournament, we've seen quite a bit of Montane. Zaha finding Kagome from where? Oh, this little angle in Terrace. Wow, that's like just timing there. He should not have backed up like that. I don't know how that could have happened. But it looks like Pro's gonna spot this out. Not gonna peek it too far just yet. Wasting a lot of time. This is what this is exactly what Full Arsenal needed. They wanted to waste the time of Team Pro.
Parking sensor activated.
The C4 in hand coming out from Scar is going to pick up the kill onto Sim. That was the Montane. Surprisingly, must have gotten past the shield. But he might get aggressive for this kill onto Pro. It's a 5 versus 2. Going to give that call out. Looks like he's going to play safe, and that's probably the better choice. Hawkeye also on stairs. He's going to spot that out. Will he get the kill though? Pre-fire onto Hawkeye. Hawkeye has to back off now. 40 seconds left. Pro finding Penguin Power, almost getting Scar through the wall there. Hawkeye picking up Za. This is Warrender finally picking up Pro. Now, that was the start of a really good push from Team Pro. They're able to start slaying out. Now, Hawkeye finishing off Scar, and now it is a 1 versus 1. Will he find the last kill onto Mute? This is favored to Mute. Mute does have more more health here. The shots are going to come in, but Scar! I'm sorry. Hawkeye finishing off Celeb for the game win. Low health warrior. Hawkeye is able to find Celeb because of his shots. And Celeb then got distracted looking at the next door. But that victory goes to Team Pro.
Hawkeye having 2 big plays here in a row, defense and offense. Coming in on offense, sealing up the deal for the clutch, and then the round before taking advantage of the flanking, getting up or picking up multiple kills from the top. Hawkeye doing a very good job this game, near the end.
No, that's something we. Well, first, as always, we have to give a 5-minute break to both teams, but I want to discuss Full Arsenal's play. Like this was it was inconsistent, especially for them. They just lost a 2 versus 5 a round. That was a given round to them because of the way they were fragging, and then they got over aggressive, and Hawkeye and Pro were able to shut it down. Hawkeye clutched a 1 versus 3 there. Pro was able to pick up. No, he clutched a 1 versus 3, but had 4 kills. Pro was able to pick up 1. In that,
one thing that
that really offset the defense.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, ThaBlasian.
No, that's fine.
One thing that I was really curious about is how that C4 had ended up killing Sim. Whether he was either low on health or whether it just happened to go by him and blow him up from the back.
I think it did just happen to get past him.
Very nice nitro cell then.
Looks like the stream is not working right here. Gonna try to fix that as soon as possible. I think I've actually fixed the stream here. Gonna try to make sure it's to the best quality I can possibly get it, though. Anyways, Penguin Power, he actually dropped a donut there, surprisingly, because Penguin's one of those players most teams have to watch out for. We saw, I forget which team it was against, but he clutched a 1 versus 4. Oh, it was against Trash. A 1 versus 4 against Trash to take them to keep them in the game. He's one of those dependable players, and he was not able to do what he needed to do. Left, and we are going to get started onto the next map, which will be Cafe. From Full Arsenal, that was their map choice. They chose Skyscraper for their map. Then Team Pro picked Cafe. And I know from playing with Team Pro and Full Arsenal a lot that Team Pro wanted, they like Skyscraper just as much as Full Arsenal does. But it looks like Team Pro just had those better defensive setups, and after they won their defenses, they were able to use their momentum onto offense, where they were able to pick up the first offensive win of the game, and then even though they were down 3 players, they were able to clutch up and get the win.
Someone else here. Not that. Sorry.
30 seconds, and we're going to get this map underway. This is Cafe, and this was Team Pro's choice. I'd like to see their defensive hold. I know their attacks are strong in this map, but I really want to see how they play defensively.
Electric.
Second map of the finals, the championship for NGT Season 4. Full Arsenal versus Team Pro. I'm ThaBlasian here with Meat. And this is Cafe Dostoevsky. This is Team Pro's choice. And like I always say with when playing Smoke or when playing Echo, or just in defense in general, you need a Smoke or Echo. Like, that's one of those necessary choices to stop a push or to stop the plant. But it looks like SD has been rotating off of Smoke and Echo, and I like the Echo choice.
I believe that these choices are not necessarily for the beginning of the round, where you're allowed. Like, their job isn't to go and go get kills such as Jaeger and Bandit. They're more so, you know, sit back, hide, kind of stay in objective, hold them off until the very end of the round, and stop the plant. For instance, with the Yokai, you're able to stop the plant by hitting them with the what is that? A stun?
Stun, distortion,
you're able to hit them
whatever
with
it
your
is.
turn, and yeah, it disorients the enemy, and it doesn't allow them to plant. Now with Smoke, they take damage rather than it fully stopping the plant. It's going to damage them until eventually they either stop or they go down.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, and with Smoke's gas grenades, what that really does is it's really damaging. And when planting, since you can't move around while planting, it's gonna either push you away from planting, or it's gonna or you're going down with the bomb. Mr. Pro is watching these bottom right stairs, and I think Celeb might be the player to push in. No, he's actually going to move out. They're going for this, these east windows. That's what it looks like. The window here is prepped to jump out of. But I don't think they're going to use that just yet. Celeb is going to be the player up first, along with Scar and Penguin. Scar's playing Ash, which is a new choice from him. We don't see him on Ash much. We usually see Warrender or Za. But he's going to be the player to hop on it this time.
Drone's ready.
I think what Hibana did just there, if you saw, she used her Hibanas to waste the Jaeger, which that's very useful when you're not working with when you don't need the Hibanas immediately, or like especially on a bomb site like this, it's not as necessary for a Hibana to be there.
Targets detected. 3rd floor.
Scar's going to be the first player to drop in. He's going to take some hits from Sim. As the second player drops and a third is watching. Hawkeye's picking up Scar. The push was ceased by Hawkeye. And now we have 3 players back near A site. Za is now the first player into Cigar, and they're going to reset Hawkeye. And now Hawkeye's going to have a little bit more health to go and try to challenge these, along with Kagome. Kagome's going to be trying to push in. He's going to get stopped immediately by Warrender and Za. Celeb picking up Sim Division. Now it is a 4-3. Now a 3 versus 3. As Warrender starts the Hibanas. And did they get destroyed? No, they didn't. But Pro, not knowing that that is indestructible where Za was standing, but Za was going to pick up another kill as Pro picks up Za, or SD picks up Za. That is a trade. Now, the diffuser is down for the defense, and now the offense just has to push in. Celeb picking up SD. Pro now has to hide behind the bomb.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
And Warrender finishing off Pro. Now, in that situation, it looked more defensively sided up until Kagome just tried to push in for the contest onto Cigar. That's where it started to fall apart.
That push that Kagome had wasn't necessarily a bad push either, but they needed to have a little bit more space. They were all huddled around that A site. Kagome making an effort to try and give them a lot more space on defense to work with just didn't work.
It wasn't... I don't want to say he was going for space. I think he was trying to... He got a little over-aggressive, a little overconfident, went in there and got destroyed by Za and Warrender. And then Za did the same thing where he got a little over-aggressive, pushed in, was able to pick up SD.
Attackers need to locate
Or no,
and defuse
no, he didn't pick up
as many
anybody
bombs as
at that time. But he was just pushing into the OBJ. Pro was able to pick him up with Pulse. And I think what really set that match for the offense was Mr. Pro trying to C4 where you see Scar standing right here, which you cannot C4 through. That's like, that's concrete. Something that cannot be destroyed. And I guess he thought it was wood. And that just not the best situation for
Attackers have located a bomb. 10 seconds left before insertion.
But it was good of Pro to make his way up one
5
stairs
seconds
and
left
pick up
before
that
insertion.
kill on the sledge.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers
It looks like
objective
Zom
is to
wants to go
defuse
for
the
the
bomb.
spawn kill, it looks like. He's gonna find Sim. And the camera's gonna get shot out. I think he might try to go for the kill onto Pro, but Pro's gonna
Defender has
spot
left
that out
the
and he
area
knows
of
he now has
operation.
to back off. Now, if you saw at the beginning, there were 2 drones watching Warrender, so they both knew that that was gonna happen.
Drone's ready.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
The push is being... This is a
Attackers
more
recovered
passive
the
push. They don't
diffuser.
want to rush
Bomb
anything.
located by attackers.
But I'm sure we'll see Hawkeye drop into this hatch in a few seconds here. drop down this house as soon as possible. And it looks like Ash might be the player to do this in a second here. Hawkeye dropping in. Will he find anybody? He's gonna spot Celeb, but not. He's gonna tag him up just yet. He's gonna get shot from behind. But he's gonna react a little late, but pick up Scar.
I'm out.
If Hawkeye had the bomb, this would be an easy plant here. Just tagging Celeb to the wall there. SE is now gonna start the push in as well. He's gonna get shut down by Za. Hawkeye picking up Warrender. Hawkeye's being that Slayer that we always see from him. Like this is nothing new to me. He's being that person, being the first one in, as the plant's gonna go down by it looks like Mr. Pro. No, I'm sorry.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
I think Sim, as Pro was watching above. But Celeb picking up Hawkeye. Now the diffuser is down. Will they spot
Defenders
this out?
have eyes on the diffuser.
The
Attackers
diffuser has
need to
been
protect
found,
it.
but I don't think Celeb knew there was a player there.
One good thing about where they had planted this diffuser is you're able to see it from Skylight as well.
Yep, you're right. Sim was in cover with this cupboard next to him, but Pro can also watch it from above. But Pro's gonna shut down Celeb as he tries to peek this. Penguin's gonna try to push in, but Sim's finishing off Penguin, and that is now a 1-1 game. Again,
Attackers
this
need
is
to
how
locate and defuse bomb.
this is exactly how we saw, what was it? Skyscraper. Wow, I couldn't get that out of my head. Did not know the words for that. But instead of two defensive wins, we see 2 offensive wins.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Team Pro electing to hold Train Museum. I'm sorry, mining
10 seconds to
and
insertion.
dining room. Train Museum is just the bomb site in
5
between.
seconds left before
Not bomb site.
insertion.
Room in between. I can English, I swear.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers' objective is to defuse the bomb.
Nothing really new coming from Team Pro, but we do have Mr. Pro instead of on Pulse. He's on Bandit, and Kagome has now rotated toward Rook. So it looks like Pro and Hawkeye.
Definitely a different play from last game. Seeing Kagome play a lot of Bandit last game.
Yes, Kagome, his favorite operator is Bandit. That's what we see him on most of the time. But it looks like Pro's going to take over because Pro is one of those he's one of those slayers we've seen. And Kagome doesn't play aggressive Bandit, but I've seen this before where Pro takes Bandit instead of Kagome, and it's when they're going for kills usually. This is when we need Team Pro is going for kills. Got 3 players joining as Warrender's just going to start to push in. He's going to pick up Hawkeye. Hawkeye's going to give that call out that there's a player inside, and now Mr. Pro's going to get flanked from Scar, it looks like, as he now has to drop down. Going to take some damage, but the event is going to be able to back off. Now this is a very aggressive push we see from Full Arsenal. They all flood into the
Attackers have dropped the bomb
through the
diffuser.
skylight, but Sim is picking up Za. That's actually going to stop them from messing up the floor more. C4 coming out from Sim, gonna down Warrender, not finishing off the kill. And now Warrender wants this revive. Penguin is gonna pick up SD. Pro's getting aggressive on Penguin, finishing off that kill. And they know he's down. They know he's down above, but they're not being able to pick up that kill because of this this stage area. All 3 defensive players were stuck kind of up here. Finally getting Warrender up. but he's just gonna be finished off by Sim. Now it looks like that was just a waste of time. It was a good play by Sim. He was able to down her, and then once she re-peeked, he was able just to be able to shut him down.
One thing I'm seeing is push from white and red stairs, trying to pinch with only 2 operators offensively.
In a situation like this where there's not as many, you don't have as many teammates, and you just have 2, you need to stay together. You need to be able to trade the kill or push at the same time so you can pick up both kills. But hopefully you won't get embarrassed getting picked up by 2 players. Kagomi's picking up Celeb. Scar trying to make a last-ditch effort by pushing Pro, and Pro's going to pick that up for their first defensive win of the match. Now, at the beginning of that round, it looked completely full Arsenal favored. They had numbers. They already had control of top floor in the first minute. But Team Pro had a really nice hold from below. Sim being one of those players we saw, he C4'd Warrender to get him down. He picked up Zai. He also picked up Warrender a little bit later. But either way, it was an amazing defensive hold.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Camera ready to activate.
Another bar hold, and this time, well, actually not this time. We saw this last time where Za put barbed wire there, but Ash destroyed it pretty quickly to drop in. Hopefully, for full Arsenal, that Jaeger device will do at least some damage to that Ash or anything trying to destroy the barbed wire, because that's key for them.
10 seconds left.
That slows down Hawkeye. Hawkeye is that player that you don't want in the OBJ.
5 seconds to insert.
As soon as he gets near the objective, he's going to be able to slay out for their team.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Warrender is the only player below, and he's all the way in the bottom. I think this is for when, no, he's going to rotate back, actually. I thought he might play there for a little bit longer just to, be able to jump out those, that kitchen window to get the kill onto the south windows.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Nothing, but he rotated back. He's going to play it safe.
Again, you see Team Pro all going onto the roof. All 5 men go onto the roof.
Heartbeat sensor deployed.
We saw a second ago. He's not going to pick up that barbed wire, but I think the Echo Drone's going to spot him as he pushes into Freezer, just missing Celeb on his drone. Kagome finding Warrender, and that might have been a jump out from Valkyrie, and he's got control of the bomb site already. This is full Arsenal's mistake, especially on this map. They have their roam, and it doesn't do as much damage as they think, but they might prove me wrong here. Scar's going to be able to pick up Hawkeye from below, as he is behind A-bomb. He's looking for the diffuser, knows it's not there. But Mr. Pro getting picked up by, I think that was Celeb. Now, it looks like full Arsenal has proved me wrong, as I said a second ago. They give up the bomb sites too easily. But this time, Scar was playing from below and was able to C4 onto Hawkeye. Scar could have an amazing flank here. Gonna possibly pick up 2 kills. Find the first one on Kagome, try to re-peek, but there's 2 players above at that hatch. He's gonna know to back off. He does not want a confrontation at that angle. Not a good angle for him. Both players are above, and SD's on these OBJ windows.
Located. Attackers dropped.
Scar, I think that was a run out. Yeah, a run out of the front door. Able to find Sim Division. Scar is now that that player we've seen today in general.
Attackers have
At least for
recovered their
full Arsenal. doing the damage to the offense that they
15 seconds
need
remaining.
for the most part. We didn't see that too much on the first map, but Scar's going to finish off that kill on the SD. Now it is a 2-2 game.
Very good round by Scar, getting that C4 through the floor onto Hawkeye, and then again at the very end of the round, picking up that kill on the Buck. Very diverse play styles, being able to play underneath and be that defensive player who has to be very patient, and again in the end, although still being very patient, but holding different angles and not necessarily looking for the kill, just kind of holding down that angle.
What we saw from Scar, he actually had a 4K. He C4'd Ash, got the fling on the red stairs, and then the run out, and then Buck trying to contest. Scar just was able to shut down Team Pro's attack.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Camera feed up and running.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Secure the wall!
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds remaining.
Now from Team Pro we see
Attackers recover
Amira,
the bomb
which we haven't seen.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Wow, that's an honest mistake, but hopefully that was a mistake. That's not a good player you want to kill there. That's their thermite player. Like that's, you can't let that happen. I don't know what
Attackers
to say about
dropped the
that, because
diffuser.
that's what we saw
Attackers have
coming from
recovered their diffuser.
I forget what team, Trash. That's actually how Trash lost their game to Full Arsenal. But just off team kills, it's damaging.
Loading mag.
Ugh, that is draining. I don't know what to say to that. So I was gonna find that barbed wire below on the red. And it looks like Celeb is finding Sim, and Sim's gonna take a few shots, but not gonna go down just yet. Now has to go even further downstairs because the red stairs hatch is open.
Enough pressing. Time to take them down.
Now this is a different push we're seeing from Full Arsenal. They're pushing from below. Because we see Celeb and Scar already below.
Drone activated. Frag out.
I don't disagree with the push, it's just something we don't see often.
One thing that's different this time than that Team Pro didn't have last time is they're running that mirror strat in the bar stock room and the washroom.
Attackers
Hawkeye
bomb diffuser
finding
has been
Za
dropped.
on that window. And now, because of that team kill, it's a 5v3.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Pro's just going to be messing here with Warrender as he finishes off barricading that door. The second Warrender gets off the window. Kagome finding Celeb. Now it's a 2 versus 4. Scar's going to try to get the push in to Cigar. Hawkeye holding a tight angle, but just destroyed off the angle. Scar does see those mirrors there and now has to back off. He does not want a confrontation there. Warrior now going to start another push in as well. Looking for SD. No shots getting.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
No shots landing, but Scar's finishing off Warrender. A lot of team killing going on. I mean, Warrender wasn't getting out of that either way, but Full Arsenal fell apart. That first team kill really set the tone, and then I don't know what to say.
That was a round that was already set the outcome was almost already decided right from the beginning of the round.
Yeah, it's
No matter what, you would have walls that you would not be able to get into, which means that the angles that you would be able to hold are limited. Being able, along with them having the mirror there, that already makes it so that you're having to, or you're holding angles
Attackers
that
need to
you're not
locate and
comfortable with
defuse
because
bombs.
of the mirrors.
if you have to team kill any player, it just sucks that it was Thermite.
Thermite's not the
He's
person.
not the person
Thermite's
you
not
need to
the
kill.
person.
Cover the
That's you,
location of a bomb.
If anything, Capitao, maybe.
A buck, an ash, anything. You don't. Two people you do not team kill: Habana and Thermite.
And Thatcher.
And Thatcher. Well, even a Thatcher, like that, you're still able to work around it if you have,
5
say, a
seconds to
sledge
insertion.
or a
Twitch.
IQ, somebody with grenades, or,
Attackers
yeah,
recover
even a
the
Twitch.
diffuser. Attackers objective
Having
is to
the
defuse
grenades,
bomb.
you're still able to work with that. But I mean, other than Habana and Thermite, there are no other ways to get through those reinforced walls.
Warrender is running a new pick.
Attackers
Usually we
drop
see him
the
on
diffuser.
Valkyrie,
Attackers
but
have
right
recovered
now
their
we're gonna see
diffuser.
him on almost said Warrender. I almost called Warrender.
Ready for company.
Warrender's on Warrender. that's
Warrender
for
is
sure.
definitely on Warrender, actually. But we're gonna see him on Frost, which is very surprising. I don't know if he's gonna be able to pick up anything with that. We see one Frost trap there. Don't know where the other verse. Wow, I really can't English today. This is one of those days.
One thing that I am seeing that I did see in in a lot of rounds today is that Jaeger in that cigar lounge corner.
Well, we see that in that dark spot.
Yes.
And surprising, Full Arsenal didn't reinforce that wall that you see Warrender spraying through. But Hawkeye's going to be the first player in. Sorry. He's going to be in bar. Again, you don't want... Hawkeye is like a nuke. The second you see him in the OBJ, it's pretty much over unless you can headshot Ash.
Setting off nitro.
Second player in is Twitch.
Or C4.
Surprisingly, we have Twitch is going to get the spray through on Za. And Hawkeye's finishing off that kill. Sim Division picking up Scar. And those, Warrender finally getting SD, but now he's the lone player above. He's going to get picked up by Sam, and now it is already a 2 versus 4. As Kagome getting almost picked up by Penguin right there. Oh, Kagome, the pixel peek onto Penguin. Now 1 versus 4.
With Pulse being out of the equation here, there's not going to be a whole lot that Celeb can do from below. It's a very defenseless position.
And that right there, you saw Celeb wanted to go for that Frost Trap kill when he should have just left it alone. He was holding the angle, might have been able to pick up Pro, but absolutely destroyed off that peak. Two to 4 match point. If Full Arsenal wants to stay in this championship right now, they have to beat Team Pro. They have to win these next 2 rounds. Looks like the share play is gonna stopping here soon, and let's take this time real quick just to reset that. We should have reset during halftime. Join back as soon as possible, and then we can continue. Something very new from Team Pro, actually, we see Hawkeye on Mira. Now, when you see Team Pro run Mira, you usually see Mr. Pro on Mira. But instead, we see Hawkeye, and I don't think he'll be actually no. It looks like he's gonna hold upstairs, but give that mirror to someone else. But he will still technically be roaming.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers
Now,
have located the
I've
bomb.
actually, I
Attackers
made this
recovered
strat with
the
Hawkeye,
diffuser.
actually,
Attackers
on ranked. What he's doing here, he's blowing up open this wall, and then he's going to place a mirror on this wall across from Freezer, so he can now have a long haul all the way into Cigar from back here.
Wall reinforced.
Enjoy the view.
I really like this strat Hawkeye's running. It not because I made it up, but it's just how effective it is. We see Pro holding Cigar,
Deploying shock drone.
and we see Hawkeye down here, like in this where A-bomb would be upstairs. I don't know why he threw that C4. I guess he might have. He thought he saw somebody.
Third floor.
Now he's trying to hold this alone. He finds the Twitch drone. And full Arsenal now has to waste their time on this. They have a minute 40 left, and Hawkeye's gonna spot Scar, but Scar's picking up that kill. Now Pro has to rotate back around and try to find Scar. Scar on the tight angle, but Pro's gonna be able to flick over, both taking a lot of damage. Think about the same damage there. Scar just with a little bit more, and now they have control of top. But only picking up one kill, and now wasting almost the entire round. I'd say it's still in favor of Team Pro here. Not going to try to. He does blow open the hatch with his thermite. And it looks like Warrender's going to push into reading room. No, he's blowing open the hatch for a rotation into reading room later. I think, was that the Twitch down, mirror downstairs? No, okay. Not the Twitch downstairs. Or the mirror. The one mirror was blown, but not the one across from Kagome. I think SD is about to be in a confrontation with Scar. Gonna find him just in time. Scar going down. Now a 4 versus 4 situation. 15 seconds left, and this team has to get in now. Seb's picking up one kill onto Penguin. Warrender finding Kagome. And now Pro's gonna get the flank onto Celeb, and Sim knifing Za as the Deagle comes in from Sim Division, finishing off Warrender. That is the game, folks. Championship game goes to Team Pro in their first season. What a match, 5-2. Absolutely outplaying full Arsenal. Now I want to get both team leaders here to talk about the game, because I really want to hear about what both players have to say, both teams have to say.
You want to hear too, Matt? You're right next to my face. Yep.
Sim, how do
Hello.
you feel about that game? That's your this is your first season playing in NGT.
GG
And
boys.
You took the win on the championship. How do you
Yeah,
feel?
GG, man. I feel pretty good actually. It's unbelievable. It's, yeah, come into a tournament for the first time and you take the win. It's a new feeling.
Now, Scar, what happened with the team kill from Warrender onto Penguin? I think it was.
Oh, on the Penguin. Oh, yeah. It was just a miscommunication because both were trying to get the camera and just one right in front of the other and collateral.
And that's actually what we saw from.
And same thing with the kill for War too, with my ash charge.
But that's exactly what we saw from Trash versus Full Arsenal, where Trash supposedly 180'd his teammate while defusing, and that pretty much gave you guys the win.
Yeah, team kills definitely make a difference, no matter even if the player is necessarily not pulling. I'm not gonna say not pulling weight, because you can still pull your weight and not have any kills. But I'm just having that man down gives the other team that extra confidence to really just push in harder, you know, and smarter. And you know, especially since that one player down, we lost a lot of utility.
Yeah, it just happened to be Thermite that you lost there. Not one of those players that you
Yeah,
need to
really
lose
bad
early in the
decision.
game.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So, Sim, I saw on that hold you were in the OBJ. From above, you saw Za, and you C4'd Warrender as well. Like, did you have a camera upstairs when you found Warrender? Like, did you have a cam upstairs at all?
Yeah, we did have a camera up there.
You didn't?
Yeah, right on the Christmas
Oh, on the
tree.
okay. I've seen a lot of cam placements there, and that was an excellent C4, just barely getting Warrender, and it made Full Arsenal waste a lot of time trying to get him revived just for him to peek and die again.
Yeah, it's, I didn't even know he was down until Hawkeye started screaming that he was down.
Either way, great match from both teams. I hope to see both
Yeah,
teams
GG.
again
Good
next
game, dude.
season.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be back here.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully back in the final too.
I'd love to see this matchup again next season.
For sure.
Great game from both teams. But that is the end. I will see everybody next season. Actually, probably soon for qualifiers.
Yeah, when does that start?
You could do it right now, actually.
Honestly, I can stream whenever. So
I know, dude.
whenever everybody's ready, we'll get started on to this next season. I've got a lot of questions on when the next season starts. So qualifiers starting very soon. Everybody get prepared, get their teams ready. Great finals match, and we will see you guys next season.